Hola chicos y chicas, bienvenidos al canal. Ya vamos por el capítulo 2 del Let's Play de Cat Lady, aquí con nuestra amiga Susan, descubriendo qué es lo que ha pasado después de que se tomase esas píldoras. Hombre, lo que le va a pasar creo que es bastante obvio, ¿no? Pero bueno, estamos aquí en una casa en el bosque en la que hemos conocido a una señora, que esa se llama la reina de las larvas. Y bueno, y a ver qué pasa, a ver qué nos cuenta. Nos ha dicho que pasemos adentro para que hablemos más tranquilamente de lo que tenemos que hacer, de ese trato que nos propone. Así que nada, vamos a seguir la historia de nuestra amiga Susan. Comentarme, ya sabéis abajo lo que os está pareciendo el juego. Vamos a dar a continuar. Nos quedamos justo aquí en esta casa. Y tenemos que entrar. Aquí está la señora.
What's your offer then? What can you fix that life has
Que la vida me
destroyed?
haya destruido.
Susan, death can
La
fix
muerte.
nothing. But though we are both dead, I am not death.
Vale, no
I
soy la
might
muerte.
seem just like a strange old woman to you,
Oh, Dios.
but I'm just as powerful as gods. And I chose you,
Somos la
Susan
elegida.
Ashworth. I'll need you to go back and face
5 personas.
5 people. They're not ordinary people. They're very special.
Muy
Just like you,
especiales.
only in a slightly different way.
Distinta. Vale. Os ofrece volver. Soy un fracaso. ¿Por qué me elegiste? Vamos a hacerlo por
I'm a
orden.
failure. Why did you choose me? Aren't you afraid I will let you down, whatever it is I have to do?
Bueno, le habla de espalda, qué crack.
Most days, it's enough of a struggle to crawl out of bed.
Está depresiva
I
total.
don't see the point in anything.
Qué mal, tío.
I just want to disappear. And I hate everyone else because they know how to be happy.
Como siempre
Everywhere I
digo.
turn, there are people filled with hope and will to live. Or people so pitiful, they make me ashamed to be alive. I don't want them. There's nobody there for me. I am alone.
Sola.
I just want to vanish.
This is the very
Por el
reason
que te
I
cogí.
chose you, Susan Ashworth. I know how you feel, because I felt like
Se
this
identifica
myself
con ella.
for a very long time. You and me are very much alike. If you succeed, you will never feel
Vale.
broken again.
¿Quiénes son esas 5
Those
personas?
5 people, who are they?
The parasites.
Parásitos.
That's what I call them. They don't know each other, but their destinies are bound together. You will have to keep your eyes open and be constantly
Vale.
on guard. Those people will want to get closer to you. They might even pretend they are your friends, but don't let that fool you.
Hostia puta, tío.
They have nothing but cruel intentions. They'll want to hurt you, Susan.
Vale.
They'll want to kill
Querrán
you.
matarte.
As harmless as they might appear,
Escoria
parasites
de la
are the
humanidad.
evil scum of
Hay
the
mucha
earth,
escoria en la
and they
humanidad.
all deserve to die.
Isn't my life bad enough without them?
Don't be frightened. You will
Vale.
have a great advantage over them. They don't know that you
Ellos no
know.
saben que tú sabes.
Do you understand
Sí.
what it means? You will become my hunter,
Un castigo
serving
por sus
punishment
pecados.
for their sins. A tool of destruction. A dark angel.
Qué bueno, tío.
Through the river of blood. You'll find your purpose in life, and you see for the first time how satisfying it can be.
But
¿Cómo
how
los
will I
reconoceré?
recognize them?
Buena pregunta.
There isn't a great deal of people in your lonely life, is there, Susan? You will know when you see them.
Vale.
Bring those deceitful
Hostia.
bastards in front of me, and we'll make them regret for everything they've
Te voy a
done.
ultratumba, chaval. ¿Qué te hace creer que quiero
What
volver?
makes you think I want to go
Vamos a volver
back?
a la vida.
I finally did it. I killed myself.
Lo pensó
That's all
mucho
I ever
tiempo.
wanted. And yet, it turns out to be
Bueno,
just
hombre,
another
tampoco.
failure. I want this suffering to stop.
Uy, que esto nos pega y todo, ¿eh?
Dear, dear Susan, you don't realize that the suffering
Nunca termina.
never stops. do you? It only gets worse. This place is a passage between the world of the
Un pasaje,
living
vale.
and the world of the dead. You enter one of these corridors and you never come back. But you don't cease to exist.
Che puta, tío.
You remain.
¿Y los tíos qué pasa? ¿Que los
Are you
matamos?
expecting me to
¿Chile?
kill them?
No, Susan, I'm expecting you to fight for survival.
Vale.
To do everything you can to defend yourself. I know you're not a murderer. Quite the
Una buena
opposite,
persona.
actually. You're a good person. But I also know that you don't want to suffer. And those people will want to
Nadie quiere
cause
sufrir.
you pain. They won't hesitate. In the end, you might have no choice.
Hostia, qué interesante.
Think of it as gardening. If there were weeds among the flowers,
Quita la mala hierba.
you'd pull them out, wouldn't you? You'd get rid of them without thinking twice about it.
I'm not really a gardening type, but I see your
Aunque
point.
mala hierba nunca
I'm
muere.
glad.
Eso dice.
And remember this, you are not the only victim.
Sí que hay
If you
más.
don't stop them, the killing will continue.
Vale.
Innocent people will die. You have the opportunity to make the difference.
Vale.
And the chance to
Ya
save
de
yourself.
salvarte. No
I
puede ser.
can't do this. It's too much.
Yo he pillado todas las opciones. A ver qué nos cuenta.
Dealing with criminals is a job for the police, not someone like me.
Indeed, you are weak. That's why I have prepared a special gift
Hostia puta, me
for
acaba de
you.
preparar aquí la amiga, ¿eh?
Immortality.
Hostia.
You cannot die, Susan. You will always return to life no
¿Qué
matter
dices,
what
tío?
happens to you.
What? This is the last thing I wanted.
Paranoia.
Please, can't you just let me die?
No quiero.
I've made the decision. As long as they are alive,
Vale.
you
Y luego
cannot
igual hay
die.
que decidir si quieren morir o no. Esto es chantaje.
It's blackmail. You can't do that.
I'm doing it for your own good.
Bueno, es decir,
Anyway, you are in no position to bargain with me. You will either go and do what you have to do, or suffer for
Hostia.
eternity. Forever unable to find your peace.
vale. Vale.
This all must be just a weird dream. I
Un
don't
sueño
believe
extraño.
you.
Susan, see this door here?
Sí, la veo. Tengo que avanzar, ¿no? Porque tengo miedito, ¿eh?
Let's go inside. I want to show you something that will help you make up your
Vale.
mind. Follow me.
Follow me. Señora, no puedo seguirte, no me deja. Ahora. Venga, Susan. Vamos a ver qué pasa. Mucha puta, tío.
Yes, it's you, Susan.
El cuervo, ¿eh?
Closer. Say hello.
I don't want to look at it. Haven't I had enough yet? That body in the ambulance.
Luego en el
Then
bosque.
the forest. But this place is... This is exactly what I was trying to run away from. I don't want to be
Afróntalo,
here.
Susan,
Make
afróntalo.
it go away.
I assumed it would be wise to give you a little
Claro.
taste of the suffering you
Hija de Satán.
endure. I want you to understand that you can keep going long after you can't.
Vale. Examinemos la cruz. Crucificada, completamente sola. En un lugar que lo ha cambiado todo. De verdad que no quiero estar aquí. Está atascada en la cruz. Supongo que podría sacarla fácilmente. Saquémosla. ¿Ahora qué? Vale. ¿Y qué hago? Esta cosa no hay nada que pueda hacer una palanca aquí. Vale, ¿y aquí? No puedo hacer nada. Vale. muerte. La muerte, yo le he puesto ese nombre, ¿sabéis? He dicho, ¿eres la muerte?
Susan, it's time to make a decision.
Uf,
The parasites are coming, whether you want it or
Vale.
not. You haven't really got much choice.
vale.
You must stand up for yourself.
Bien, vale.
Fine. I'll do what you want.
Excellent.
Porque si no aquí la
You
señora se
have put
enfada.
your trust in me.
Hombre, yo creo que desbloqueado. Follow de mago.
I
Sigue a
haven't really got anyone else.
You shall not
Te he
regret
dicho
this.
que sí, que hago lo que quiera, pero me fui más poco de esta.
Lights up.
De nuestra abuela. ¿Qué cojones, tío?
We're back in the house.
Coño,
Yes, but there is something else that must be done.
Vale.
You cannot leave my kingdom before a sacrifice
Hostia,
is
sacrificio
made.
que mismo
What?
recordáis, ¿no?
Isn't it enough already?
Do not worry, my child. This is a mere formality.
Hombre,
I'm
un
speaking
sacrificio, una
of.
mera formalidad, amiga. Yo no sé
The
en qué
door
mundo
to
vive
your
usted.
world won't open unless you make a sacrifice of soul and a sacrifice of blood.
It doesn't sound
No, no,
good
no, no,
at
no. No
all.
suena nada
See
bien.
those candles here? Just blow one out, and that's it. Like I said, it's just a formality.
Oh, esta está vendiendo
Then
nuestra.
on your way out, you will have to shed a few drops of blood.
La madre que la parió.
Not much, just a bit. Enough to open the door.
La madre.
How much exactly?
Don't be afraid. It's easy.
Vale.
Anyone can
Sí,
do
bueno,
it.
una loca como usted.
Just a sharp scratch. Is that how you used to say it?
Se autolesionaba. A ver, ¿qué
Tell me
dice?
about the sacrifice of soul.
Like I said, it's just a formality. See those candles here? Just blow one out. and
Vale,
that's
vale,
it.
ya está.
But which one?
You can choose. It doesn't matter as long as you do it.
Vale, lo hago. Vamos a preguntar un momento de la
Tell me
sangre.
about the sacrifice of blood.
Like I said, it's just
Sí,
a
sí, sí, una
formality.
formalidad,
On your
claro.
way out, you will have to shed a few drops of blood.
Vale, para
Not
volver a
much,
nuestro mundo.
just a bit. Enough to open the door.
How much
Bueno,
exactly?
Don't be afraid.
poquita, ¿no?
It's easy. Anyone can do it. Just a sharp scratch. Is that how you used to say it?
Vale, venga, ya está, no me cuentes la chapa. Bien, lo haré, déjame suerte.
Fine. I'll do that. Wish me luck, strange lady.
I do.
Vale, pues
When you leave my house, head
voy hacia
to
el
the
Prado.
field. That's where you should be.
Vale.
Goodbye, my child. I'm not going to be far. I've never
Hostia, qué mal
been.
rollo da esta mujer. Lo digo de verdad. Esa mina.
Strange. The flame seems strong and steady, but there is no smoke.
Vale. Hostia puta. Madre que me parió, tío. ¿Quién es este, tío? ¿Uno de los parásitos? Ok.
They left me no choice, Alice. Maybe one day you'll forgive me.
Esa puta se ha suicidado, tío. Se ha suicidado,
See
tío.
how easy that was? Now, head back to the field. You've got a job to do, Susan.
Qué fácil fue, sí, dice. O sea, te suicida uno, ¿eh? Hostia, ¿y esto qué pasa si hago otra? A ver si la voy a liar aquí muy parda,
I
¿eh?
think that's enough for now.
Vale, vale, vale. Sí, sí, es suficiente. Ya lo estoy yo aquí liando, ¿sabes? Tenemos una palanca que supongo que nos servirá para el sacrificio, que saber lo que hay que hacer. Bueno,
What the? How did I get back here?
mi puñetera idea, amiga Susan. Cadáver. ¿Se puede mirar? ¿Habrá cositas nuevas? Nada, no hay nada. Que soy así de curiosa, es una pasada. O a mirar 80 veces lo mismo. ¿Qué problema tengo? Tenemos que ir al prado, en el que tenemos que hacer un sacrificio para abrir la puerta. Y habéis visto lo de la vela, ¿no? Que se ha suicidado ahí un hombre. Pues mola, tío. Tenemos que ir al prado. Prado, tío. Este es el prado, ¿no? No tendremos que matar siervos, ¿verdad? O algo. Yo puedo coger, por ejemplo, esto y usarlo. Vale, ya está. Aquí, chicos, aquí. Y quitamos los tablones. Me acabo de acordar ahora. Esto fue en el anterior vídeo. No sé si lo recordáis. Que podemos tirarlo. Ah, vale. Cogemos la palanca y la usamos. Y quitamos los tablones y le damos al interruptor. Vale, agujero. Examina. El letrero de abajo dice peligro, interruptor de energía de emergencia. Está oscuro adentro. Esta sangre alrededor del agujero. ¿Alguien se lastimó aquí? Qué raro, no parece haber ni un interruptor. ¿Cómo se enciende? Vale, yo creo que aquí tenemos que meter la mano. Hostia puta, me van a dar. ¿Qué cojones, tío? Hostia puta, qué gore. ¿Qué coño, tío? No tengo brazo. ¿Y ahora qué hago, tío? La madre que parió a la señora. La música es genial, ¿eh? Hostia puta, chicos, no tenemos brazos, ¿eh? Cómo mola, tío. Muy heavy. Es muy heavy el juego. Qué bueno, tío. Corre, Susan, ve hacia la luz. Ve hacia la luz, Susan, con un brazo menos, tío. Qué gore. Es un mero rasguño, decía la abuela, ¿sabéis? La señora es graciosa, encima, tiene chiste. Es chistosa, para el club de la comedia. The Cat Lady. La mujer gato. Hostia, cómo me va a gustar este juego. Es que lo sé. Qué buena pinta, tío. Bueno, pues volvemos. Con ese sacrificio de sangre. Un poquito de sangre, ¿eh? Un poquito decía. Hija de Satán. Nos ha roto todo el brazo, chaval. Logro desbloqueado. Capítulo 2. Segundo primer aliento.
Yes, I do enjoy fine art. Thank you for noticing.
Hostia, este huevo va a ser bestial.
There's a certain raw beauty to it that modern painters often fail to recreate.
Este es uno de los parásitos.
I always wanted to be an artist myself, but it'll be a long time before I can call myself that.
Artista.
I often say that patience
Así
are my
eso.
canvas, but my job is more about restoration, obviously.
Vale,
I
psicólogo.
look at the damaged human minds and bring them back to their
Mirar el
former
cuadro de la
peace.
cabeza. Hostia, qué mal rollo da hecho.
I'm sorry,
Eso
I'm
fue de punta.
probably boring you.
No, it's not that. It's just... It's been a difficult couple of days. I'd really like to go home.
Psicólogo.
Of course, and go home you will. As soon as
Vale.
we've done this little assessment, okay, you probably know how it works. I've read in your
Solía
file
ser
you
enfermera.
used to be a nurse.
Yes, I know very well how it works. You want to check if I'm nuts.
Well, I wouldn't use that expression, obviously. But yes, we have to make sure you're safe and figure out how to help you. Also, as a nurse yourself, you know
Claro,
there's
claro,
always
formalidades.
paperwork involved. These forms won't fill themselves.
Vale.
Honestly, Susan, you have nothing to worry about. This
Vale.
is just a formality. I could tell
Venga,
straight
chiflada.
away that you are not nuts.
Fine. What would you like to know? I will answer all your questions. Then I'll go home, take a
Bien.
long shower,
Ahora es una
and
paranoia.
catch
Esto
up
que
on
era un
sleep.
sueño, era
Wonderful.
una locura
Let's
suya.
see then. Where do we begin?
¿Qué era, tío? Hostia, tío, qué locura. Vale.
She's awake, Doctor.
Good evening.
Buenas
It's good to see you awake at last.
A ver, ¿qué
You're
pasa?
in the Cedar Lake Hospital. My name is Andrew. I'm one of the doctors.
Andrew, vale, vale.
Would you confirm your name for me, please?
Oh, Susan,
Susan.
Hi,
un
Susan.
accidente.
I'm glad to see you're all right. You're on the ward now. Your condition is stable. I can see your brain functions just fine and there's no permanent damage of any sort.
No, estoy bien, estoy
We've checked your
chiflada.
internal organs and they're fine too.
Vale, bueno.
You're a very lucky lady, Susan. You might experience extreme tiredness
Vale.
and lethargy for a couple of days, but that should soon pass. I would advise plenty of rest now. The nurses on this ward will take it from here. Please let them know if you need anything.
Vale,
Take care, Susan. Yeah?
ok.
Please, don't try to speak.
Vale.
What did you say? Don't worry, Mrs. Ashworth. Your arm is fine. No. There was nothing wrong with your arm, darling.
¿Qué
Now
cojones,
calm
tío? Me
down.
cortaron un brazo, ¿vale? Hostia.
Would you like me to get you some water? Let me get you a drink. I'll be back in a second.
Hostia, qué locura, tío. Vale. Despertamos en este hospital, entonces. Puede ser cuando nos tomamos las pastillas. Puede ser, puede ser, puede ser. Me encantan estos juegos que te hacen pensar.
I'm sorry, Susan. Did I wake you? I have to take your blood pressure. 2 seconds and I'm gone.
Vale.
My name is Liz, by the way.
Hi.
I'm sorry. I know this isn't very nice. Believe me, I hate waking people up just for this. But being a nuisance is part of my stupid job, unfortunately. Oof, I hate this place.
Entonces, ¿por qué eres enfermera, tío?
Tell you what, Susan. Can I call you Susan?
Hostia, no se
So
calla la
anyway,
amiga, ¿eh?
I shouldn't say it, but you know I'm going to anyway. You are so lucky. It's crazy. You doing what you've done, and her walking in,
Habiendo dicho
seeing
lo que
what she
hiciste y
saw.
habiendo
That was
entrado.
a chance. 1 in a million. I'm not making any sense again, am I? I'm tired. They're working us to death here, you know.
Esclavitud
One day
moderna.
slavery. One day I'll tell them what I really think. I swear I will. Ah, and here it is. You've got the blood pressure of an 18-year-old.
Hostia, te he hecho una roble.
Just wanted to say you're lucky, I think. And that I hope you've changed your mind about some
Eso
things.
sí, de esto tiene que
Got
ser
to
cuando me
go.
tomo las
But I'll
pastillas.
see you later. You take care, sweetheart, yeah?
Está clarísimo. Lo pudieron salvar, a mí es lo que me... Está claro que la pregunta es por qué la mandó la señora esta, que está colgadísima, tío. Estaba en coma, ¿no? O sea, luchando entre la vida y la muerte. Y despertamos aquí después de hacer sacrificio. Me cago en la puta madre que me parió. Qué susto me ha dado, chaval. ¿Qué cojones, tío? Hostia. Qué paranoia, loco.
Bad dream.
Yeah, a really bad one.
Muy desagradable.
I could see as soon as I came in the room that you were having a nightmare. I guess I shouldn't have woken you up.
Nada, no pasa nada.
What was it about?
Me quemaba
I
viva.
was burnt alive.
Actually, it reminds me of something that happened the other day.
¿Qué
There
pasó?
was this woman on the emergency unit, and she really wanted to smoke,
A
you
ver la
know.
historia que me va
But
a
they wouldn't
contar.
let her, of course. She wasn't well at all, not just injured, but not right in the head. She was on 10 litres of oxygen through the face mask. She had to stay in bed, she was told. But she wouldn't listen, of course, and as soon as they'd left,
Ni un
she lit up a
cigarrillo.
fag. The whole room went up in
Hostia
flames,
puta.
and so did she.
Madre mía.
I guess you didn't really want to know that, did you?
Hombre, no es
It's
muy
just me
agradable.
and my big gob. Typical. I never know when to shut up.
Gran razón, amiga. Vamos a preguntar qué me pasó, porque cómo te llamas me da exactamente igual. ¿O será importante?
What was your name again?
I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I? I always do that. So sorry, Susan. My
Elizabeth.
name is Elizabeth. But you can call me Liz, like everyone else.
You're
Vale.
here a lot. Every time I open my eyes,
¿Verdad? Estás
I
aquí
see
siempre.
you.
They make auxiliaries do crazy hours here. Seriously. I feel like I've got no life sometimes.
Igual
I'll
te
be here
gusta
till
hasta
the
aquí.
morning. To be honest, I keep coming here to hide. Please don't give me away. I just want to rest my legs for 2 minutes, that's all.
Y te pones aquí sentada en mi cama. Bueno, vamos a preguntar qué me pasó,
What happened
porque
to
vimos
me?
lo que vimos.
Well, how much do you remember?
Uy,
I took some pills, and I fell asleep in the chair.
así yo.
I remember how the room kept spinning around me slowly. I felt so calm, and then
Estamos en un campo, tío. Vamos a contarle la historia. Es que no sé qué hacer con esta tía. Bueno,
all of a sudden, I was on the field of barley. It was great at first.
sí,
I
pero luego
felt
no veas.
happy. I was free, but it soon got worse.
Sí, sí,
There was
sí.
this tunnel,
No.
but there was no light at the end of it.
Hay una señora
Only
colgada.
darkness. Then I got lost in the woods. There was my dead body hanged on the tree, a burning car, and a
Me
crow,
contó toda la historia.
and a deer. I heard something behind the trees, but I didn't dare to
Va a
look.
flipar la Liz
Then I
esta.
found the house. The old woman who lived there. I
A la
think she was
muerte. A mí me
dead.
suena la muerte.
Or maybe she was the devil. I'm not sure. She said they call her the Queen of
¿Verdad? ¿No
Maggots.
será buena?
She said I should go back, gave me another chance. And so, here I am.
Sí, qué paranoia yo me quedaría. con
Weird
eso.
dream, eh?
Maybe it wasn't a dream. I really believe in that sort of stuff.
Sí, ¿no?
It's not impossible.
It felt real, but it was just a dream.
Curioso, ¿eh?
Can you now tell me who found me and what happened?
Well, your body went into
En
a coma.
coma, tío.
You were lucky she came home and found you. I told you that before.
What?
¿Quién, tío?
Who found me?
Your daughter, of course. She called an ambulance. If it wasn't for her,
¿Su hija?
she would be dead now, Susan.
My daughter?
Yes. Why? Why'd you look so pale all of a sudden?
Murió.
Susan?
Su hija murió, tío.
I don't have a daughter. Whoever she is, she lied.
But why would she do that?
How should I know? I was in a coma, apparently.
Sí, qué paranoia, tío.
So she lied. It doesn't change the fact that you owe her your life.
I was fine. I didn't ask for any help.
Alguien nos ayudó.
Sorry.
Vamos a preguntar
How
hace
long have
cuánto
I
estamos
been
aquí.
here?
I was told you arrived at the hospital at 7 in the evening. You had a cardiac arrest in the ambulance. They had to
Anda.
resuscitate you. Your heart stopped beating for nearly a
Por
minute,
casi un minuto.
but they managed to bring you back. You went to the intensive care unit, where they gave you a dose of antidote and pumped your stomach.
Claro, para las
As soon as the
pastillas y toda la
condition was
movida.
stable, they brought you on this ward. It's called dying
Sala de la
ward.
suerte.
I call it die ward because All the patients who come here
Bueno,
want to die. It's a suicide watch unit. That's why it's so
unidad
strict.
de ayuda al
You
suicida.
have to be careful. Nurses here are trigger happy with the sedatives.
Vamos a preguntar
When
lo
will they
último.
let me go home?
I'm not sure. Probably not today.
No te
Maybe
encuentres mejor.
tomorrow. Look, I shouldn't say that, but
Una
you
buena
seem like a nice
persona.
person. I feel like I should warn you.
¿Qué
There's
cojones,
this
tío?
doctor here. They call him
Toreki.
Dr. X. He's a chief of psychiatry in this hospital. You won't be able to go home until he's talked to
Con el que
you.
estábamos
And
hablando, tío.
he's really good at getting into your head. You know what I'm saying?
Toreki, eso no
He'll
suena bien.
ask you a lot of tricky questions.
Vale.
But he's a really great guy. You should trust him.
Interesante lo que nos dice Charlie. Vale. Vamos a preguntarle sobre el
Tell me
Dr.
more
X.
about this Dr. X.
His name is Xavier Zellman, but everyone just calls him Dr. X.
Dr. X.
He comes on the
Vamos a
ward
ver.
often, usually late in the afternoon or in the evening. I personally really like him, but you hear all sorts of stories in
claro.
a place like this, you know. I don't know what to believe anymore.
O a mí me da más
All I
rabia.
know is he's been very friendly and supportive. Some doctors won't even say hello to you, but Dr. X usually stops and asks how I am. He knows I have some problems.
Vale.
He can see I'm not happy.
Que tiene que
here.
ser con el que
He
estamos
actually
hablando
offered
al
me some free
principio.
weekly sessions. I think I might take him up on his offer.
What are they saying about him?
Oh yeah, they say
Griego.
he's a big flirt.
Bueno.
Nurses, cleaners, patients. He doesn't care, as long as they're wearing a skirt. One girl I knew,
Qué personaje.
Linda, I heard they had an affair. Stupid girl. Well, she left.
Y
And I
nunca la
never saw
volví
her
a ver.
again. Now why do you think that is? Dr. X got her knocked up. They covered it up and quietly got rid of her.
Madre mía.
Probably paid her some money.
Dr.
I
X es
don't
un
know how
personaje.
these things work, but it must have been enough to shut her up. I bet he'll be more careful now.
Vale.
But I
Interesante.
can't really say a bad word about him, personally. Well,
Vale, a ver,
one
¿qué?
thing. Maybe. Don't laugh, okay? He's got a weird
Qué
smell.
raro.
What do you mean?
He smells funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just bad aftershave. Or maybe it's something he eats.
Interesante.
Oh, thanks for the warning.
Acercarme
I'll
mucho.
try not to get too close to him.
Now that I think about it, there's something else too.
Venga, Liz.
I'll tell you
cuéntalo
this,
todo.
Susan. He starts talking to you, and you just open up and tell him everything.
Sí,
It's
¿no?
very odd. I don't exactly hide things from people, but he got some really private stuff
interesante.
out of me. Really private. You know what I mean? Things I wouldn't tell
Vale,
my mother
vale, vale.
about.
Te pillo, te
And we
pillo.
haven't even started those sessions yet. So, be
Vale.
prepared for that.
Sure, but it's a bit too late for me to
Ya te
hide
digo.
how I feel now anyway. I think I made it very clear when I swallowed those pills.
Ya. A ver, vamos a preguntarle
Did you
por la
see
hija, que es lo
this
más importante.
Daughter of mine.
No, sorry, Susan. Apparently she came in the ambulance with you,
Vale,
but then she remembered something and had to go.
vale.
I think someone mentioned she went in quite a hurry.
Of course she did.
Hombre, como que
She was
no.
worried I'd ask her what she was doing in my flat.
Saving your life?
Vale.
Do I really have to give her a benefit of the doubt just because of that?
One
Qué
would
raro,
assume
tío.
so. That girl is a hero. Maybe real heroes always leave before their identity is
Eso es verdad.
revealed.
Or she was a burglar, attempting to steal from me.
Susan no se fía, tío. Es imposible.
That's a possibility too.
Claro,
Have you got anything very precious in your flat?
no creo.
Maybe.
Vale, vamos a decirle que nos
I'm
deje,
tired. Let me sleep now.
Fine.
que es
I'll
muy
see you again.
cansina aquí la amiga.
Be careful who you trust here, Susan. They will be watching you.
How do I know you're not one of them?
Interesante,
You don't.
no lo sabes.
But do I really look like a bad person to you?
I
No lo sabes, tío.
don't know.
Hablas
Maybe
mucho,
not.
pero eso no
I'll see
es
you
mala
tonight.
persona.
Remember what I said.
Fue lo que te dije, vale.
Dreams are just dreams. But when they turn into nightmares, it's good to have someone there to pinch your arm and wake you
Qué
up.
buena frase, tío.
Right?
Correcto. Correcto, amiga. Y aquí estamos con el
We'll
doctor X.
start with a little chat about your childhood. I want you to be as honest as
Este es el
possible.
doctor X, ¿eh, chicos?
It's important if we want to get to the bottom of your problem. Count to 10 and tell me when you're ready, Susan.
Vale. Interesante. Estamos aquí con el doctor X, pero vamos a dejarlo. La verdad es que este vídeo ha sido un poco de ver, de leer de lo que le pasa a Susan. Nos hemos enterado un poquito al salir de aquel sueño, pesadilla con la señora de la reina de las larvas, que nosotros dijimos que era la muerte, le preguntamos si era la muerte. La verdad es que está súper interesante. Parece que tenemos que empezar a ver en quién confiamos y en quién no. Y encontrar esas 5 personas que la señora de las larvas, no, la reina de las larvas nos pidió que encontrásemos. Este doctor X no me fío mucho. También está Liz, que habla por los codos. Así que bueno, la verdad es que está bastante interesante. Me está gustando el juego, este tema que tiene psicológico, y me encantan que tengan misterio. Me está pareciendo, la verdad, que es un juegazo. Me parece un juego muy, muy interesante. Me está gustando. Eso que llevaré escasamente 1 hora de juego. Pero me está gustando mucho. Así que eso, chicos, ya me comentéis abajo qué os está pareciendo. Ya sé que este juego no es el típico, igual, que tenga mucha acción, que te tenga ahí en vilo en cuanto a, pues eso, acción en un juego, pero la verdad es que son juegos que merecen muchísimo la pena verlos y jugarlos. Así que eso, chicos, comentadme abajo qué os está pareciendo. Y como siempre os digo, si os ha gustado y os apetece, like, comparte, que ayuda, y nos vemos en el siguiente. ¡Hasta luego!